Hello and welcome. 50 years in Telugu cinema and still going strong. The evergreen Nandamuri Balakrishna still playing hero and giving a run for their money to all youngsters. You also do OTT and did an Unstoppable with NBK and is continuing as well. You really are unstoppable.
Thank you. It's all because of the encouragement given for all the steps, the decisions I have taken in my life, and people accepting them and encouraging me.
When I was coming here, I told my daughter I'm meeting actor Balakrishna. She said, "The Balakrishna." She's 20 years old. Incidentally, her name is also Tejaswini, like your daughters. But I say, you seem to be appealing across generations. How do you do it?
It's all mindset. And of course, to start with, to begin with, it's my father. I'm really blessed that they'll be seeing my father in me. And a great person, Vishwavikhyata Patasara, Bhoma, Padmasri, Natratna, Dr. N.T. Ramarao. So, his blessings, and we take him as inspiration and following his footsteps. And
at 14 years of age, you started.
Yeah.
Was it your father who said, Balakrishna, let's go and I will give you this role? Did he give you any tips about how to act, or did he tell you how life as an actor will be? Among all your siblings, other than Hari Krishna, you are the only one who became mainstream and took to acting. They did not. Why? What happened?
No,
What's different with you?
Nothing. He didn't take show any separate pampered me or anything. It was just that he knew I will become an artist, and he knew I for this fellow not for 50, even after another 50 years he's been there. So he named me Balakrishna. So always young Balakrishna, the young Krishna. So he knew it, and watching his films I grew up, and I wanted to become an actor. Not that he encouraged me or anything, that because we were small children. We were about 30 now, the boys and girls, brothers and sisters together. So he did anything specially, looked upon me as this thing. It was that he just spotted the talent which, like in the bubbling days, still I'm bubbling. So
do you remember your first acting role and any memory from that time?
Tatamukala, that's my first film. That was my first film. Tatama is the grandmother. Her dream was a very good message film, like about family planning. So how Gandhiji was the 11th child of his parents. If they would have gone for family planning, we would have been Gandhiji. They wouldn't have had Gandhiji, or I don't know what, but later, nor we would have got independence to the other way. Non-violence way, the way he preached. So it was about that. It was always against family planning, and dowry was anti-dowries and all. Films, all he produced especially. So he's a commercial hero. He would have made money, of course his films all made money. Money is not important for him. The criteria is giving message to the audience about all the films, about villages. Village is the backbone of our country. How they have been neglected. How children are going away to cities, and of course there are good opportunities now. But then maybe not all, one has to be like what later the party also preached.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, what later when we got the IT, the information, and that all the revolution, cyber, and then the high techs and the IT was that not everyone. Okay, neglect your occupation, not that. At least one son would
came into
the films, or like one son into the IT or something. They would with a good salary. That would be a big support to the family. It was like that, on those lines.
Your father not only did films with social messaging. Anyone thinks of Rama or Krishna, they think of N.T. Ramarao's name only.
Even Ravana and Duryodhana.
Yes, in fact,
the negative roles he made them heroes.
Multiple roles.
Absolutely. All the risks he took, and it was all because of the faith on his audience. And
You also did those kind of roles, I'm saying. As in the hagiographic, what we call, I mean, very big saints and all that. What are the roles that you have enjoyed most playing? I mean, you continue to be a hero till today. Fans go gaga whenever your films are releasing. How is that evergreen nature staying with you? And more importantly, what have you enjoyed doing most?
I can't say that because I've done all genres. So I can't say particularly this genre because I go acting is not just shouting, crying or giving a satisfying laugh. Acting is something you enter into other spirits whose experience I haven't experienced. So they keep on saying that, keep on pinching you, not the role, but you are enacting the role. So for me, I've done all different kinds of roles. So whenever I don't know till I go into the role. 50% is like my cancer hospital for which I am the chairman. Once the patient enters, half the trauma kills the patient. So half the trauma is gone. I'm in a temple. It feels like he's in a temple. Safe hands. So that treatment is cooperating with us. The other 50%, of course, by doctors they all do. We all do the administration, whatever the doctor needs and all that. So it's like that. So 25% is only what when I listen to the subject. 25% will be my contribution. And the other 50% is once I go into the role. So I don't know till I go into the role because the role possesses me. When it possesses me, the same exercises, the same diet and everything I follow for every role. Nothing particularly.
Discipline is important.
Discipline and the the role. That is very important.
Internalizing the role.
After father, I think I am the only artist who got it. I am lucky. I go into the role like played Krishna, was like a feminine, walk and everything is expressions all. And then about Duryodhana, I was like a wrestler and Karna a little bit sophisticated and like that. So that's one advantage I have. So all these combined together. So I can't say particular role I enjoy. I enjoy every role I do.
You have seen the time of ANR and NTR. Then you have seen the time along with your contemporaries as well. Chiranjeevi is there.
And Mr.
Nagarjuna is there. Venkatesh. All
yeah,
yes. And then now the newer generation of people. Junior NTR, Mahesh Babu, Varnani, let's say, all those other actors. What is the difference that has come about in the way a hero projects himself?
I can't say any difference, but all are different because Telugu field is known for discipline, which has come from India only. The discipline and everyone they talk about not before me, but they always think about him, about the discipline and about the concern about the producer and.
You always keep your time. That's what.
Yeah, always. Like I get up at 2:33 in the morning. Then I do my exercises, then I do my prayers. Then I attend to my family too. And before I go to the shoot, I attend to them. And then I go to the shoot. If I'm free, then also I'm occupied, very occupied. Like I have my hospital, just a 700-bedded hospital, one of the best single specialty.
I must say that Basavatarakam Hospital, Indo-American Cancer Hospital, is a very, very prestigious institution in Hyderabad, and you started it after your mother.
My father started it, and later there was some other managing trustees and also.
You're the chairperson.
From the past 13-14 years, I'm the chairman and managing trustee of the hospital.
So how important was that work to you? You do cinema, you are a politician as well, and you do this kind of, should I say, philanthropic work, which is very meaningful.
I mean, I need always a handful of work, and I'm a workaholic, and so I enjoy.
You said you went to 9:30. What time are you sleeping then?
I sleep at 9:30.
That's enough.
By 2:33 I'm here.
Your beauty sleep, because you have to keep being hero for so many years and more to
No, you ask me how many hours in that. That what the timing I say 9:30, get up at 3 like that. How many hours I did sleep?
Yes, that also is.
That's also a question.
But you spoke about your family, but both your daughters didn't come into films. Was it that you wanted to keep the girls away from films? Is that
No, nothing. I am all for women empowerment, and I wished also that one of the girls from my family, my children, should come into movies, and they were not interested. Once Mr. Manratnam had approached for my elder daughter Brahmani, And I told her, because I should not, if she's interested, I said, you can go and act. But she said, no, she's not. So that's nothing like I have stopped them or anything. It was their issue.
I must at this stage also ask you about HEMA Commission, because that's talking about the working conditions for women. Is that also something that is there in every industry, and what do you think needs to be done? Because we talk about safety for women in the workplace. You have worked with so many women, so many heroines, and so on. Do you come across something like that in Tollywood as well?
No, as far as I know, see, I just keep on reading about the papers, except that it comes to me, and self-help is very disciplined. It's never like that. I mean, what it's been written or spoken in the paparazzi or in the media. It's not like that. All are respected here, and sometimes we feel bad when some other, like from other line, they come and they say, if equal importance is not been given for us, for women, as they give to heroines, as they give to the heroes. But I don't bother about that, because I know what the real is happening in the spot. So when it comes to my movies. So I haven't heard also, I haven't read or heard anyway in Tollywood, where such, what you asked the question, has ever arisen or that.
You are from a film family, but now you seem to be becoming, should I say, political family in that sense. Your brother-in-law is the chief minister of Andhra Pradesh. You are an MLA. Both of your sons-in-law are MLAs, and one is a minister.
Son is an MP.
Yes, of course. Bharat is an MP, and Mr. Bharat is an MP, and Mr. Lokesh is an MLA as well. So.
I'm MLA.
Yes, of course.
Third time.
Third time. So, how do you give your role as an MLA time? Because you are always having work full on your hands.
Yeah. I spend time with them, and not that every, like, I divide. And they are also people, they know about my, how busy I am. And of course, more than busy is not that, just because of I'm busy, I divide everything. Movies, hospital, and my constituency, they are happy with what's happening there. They can see. Their wish was only water, nothing else. Because Anandapur district itself is the second compared to Rajasthan, Yesteryear, the
most dry
district in the country.
Yeah.
So we have fulfilled their dreams, like given them water through HNSS, and we are given a separate pipeline for drinking water to the city, to the town, and then also all the lakes have been always full because of that. And still there are some works which my brother also has a special, not because there are many reasons, because once it was my father who was thrice won, like me, third time. He won thrice from Hindupur. And of course, first time he won from 2-3 constituencies, he kept Hindupur. Can you interrupt for a minute? I repeat it.
Yes.
So it was like the father won thrice from Hindupur. Like, and then the other thing is the needs. Not that he has won, or my brother has won once, Mr. Krishna, or I won this time, the third time. It's not that because of that. It's a need. And from his side also, industry. Because of long back India, my father started an industrial estate there.
Okay.
Which was like we built cancer hospital in Jubilees. It was nothing but all boulders and all that.
Yeah.
No one knew, no one dreamt about Jubilees becoming such a big, fantastic, one of the best colonies in the world. Compared to Mumbai or New York, the real estate here and all that. But today they are enjoying the fruits. Like that, father before the international airport came, how he dreamt about the Hindupur. And today, geographically, if you see, topography, Hindupur has the best chance of being done. It's being during father's time has been developed. Chandrababu Naidu, Kia has come, and they also came the first time. He said, what shall we do here? He said, I'll give you water. And then it came through HNSS, water to Kia. And now we are expecting more industries to come. He has also declared Hindupur one of the clusters recently, among the 4 clusters. And that Bangalore, Chennai, the industrial corridor, everything. There's a lot of scope for development. So,
what is your equation with your brother-in-law? Does he take advice from you as well on issues? I mean, you are someone who also knows, politicians also need to face to the public and create a perception. Do you give any advice to him like that?
Yeah, sure, I give him. Definitely. He's so busy with more than the the organization of the party then, because of the development of the state. He has to concentrate more time on administration than on the organization of the party. So, of course, my brother-in-law is very lucky for him to have a son like Lokesh. Nara, who is very well educated, and education also not the only thing but vision. Like those days India started, like I said, industrial estate in Hindupur, and then Chandrababu Naidu because of this Godavari and Anusandhanam of Pattisima, how he gave water through Seashell project, which was just only a thermal project. From there, how he converted it, which was also designed long back and were not fulfilled by various political reasons. Other parties, I think, before India started the party itself, which was my father's dream also.
The joining of the rivers to provide the water there.
To provide water, the surplus water which is unnecessarily being poured into the seas. That the water, 3,000 TMC of water every year, that diverted and all that.
One of the things.
So I give some tips sometimes, like, and his son, his
son is your son-in-law.
He has a vision, and now he's also concentrating on both, because only Chandrababu Naidu can't concentrate on the party organization. So he's on both sides. So I'll be giving more in touch with my son-in-law Lokesh, because I have to leave him for the development of the state. So the organization of the party, I'll be talking to my son-in-law, giving him suggestions about the organization.
Actually, the Padayatra also changed his image. During that time also, did you say how to interact with people? Because when you go anywhere, I know people go berserk. I mean, they'll come and fall all over you and all that.
Yeah.
How to handle crowds, how to gauge their mood. Do you talk about those kind of things with your son-in-law as well?
No. I never. Because he had that ability and stability and everything in him. So I saw nothing. No,
son-in-law may be a future chief minister also.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Yes, indeed. I also want to ask you, in this generation, when they are talking about Balakrishna Garu, there's a lot of memes come out from whatever you do. Do you look at them and laugh at them, or do you look at them and get upset? What is this kind of thing? I mean, I'm a very big hero. I mean, they're making memes out of me and all that. That is also very popular, isn't it? Memes.
Yeah.
They make out of it. Do you laugh at them? Do you see them ever?
No, I never.
Never see.
I never watch social media or these memes and all that. I never.
In this generation, only new stars. I mean, for you don't need social media, but I'm saying new stars depend a lot on social media to keep their image up, no? That way. Even though you don't see, you are a lot on social media as well, isn't it?
I don't know. I never see. I never.
You actually grew up in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah, I was born in Chennai.
Tamil பேசுவீங்களா? தமிழ் பேசுவீங்களா நீங்க?
ரொம்ப நல்லா அழகா
பேசுவீங்களா?
தமிழ்நாடுல நான் பிறந்துட்டு தமிழ் தண்ணி குடிச்சிட்டு தமிழ் தண்ணி குளிச்சுட்டு பிறந்து உடம்பு drank the waters of Tamil Nadu, bathed with the waters of Tamil Nadu. That's what my father said. They say don't keep any dues like Rodashesham, Satvashesham or Agni-shesham. But father, even water shesham we didn't keep with Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
And it was necessity. Today Chennai has water. Because of India, because of Telugu Ganga. Because when father and Mr. MGR Periyappa, I call him always Periyappa because they were older from dad. And Mr. Shivaji Ganeshan was I used to call him Chittappa.
Okay.
Younger than my father. Of course, and then Mr. MGR Periyappa was the CM. Then my father got the idea. I said, brother, I want to give back water in the sense. Tamil Nadu, Chennai was facing acute water drinking scarcity. Then I said, I will give back the water, which I drank, which I bathed and came to this position. So, through Rayalaseema, Chittoor district, which was outside drought area, he gave water to the drought area and also fulfilled the needs of the people of Chennai. Today they have water, drinking water because of India.
Yeah, everyone talks about Telugu,
Telugu.
the project itself.
Yeah.
Now, so many different kinds of roles that you have done. What is your aspiration now? Do you want to work with a Rajamouli? Do you want to work with somebody else? Any kind of film? What is in your mind, what is it? You said already Mani Ratnam had approached your daughter, but she did refuse, that was different. But what is your aspiration now?
I have some dream projects also to do. And like Genghis Khan, films like that. And of course, when it comes to the local, the Monaganarati and all that, some dream projects are there. And nothing like I don't believe in big names because I believe in all my films are big.
Yeah.
I mean, because of the message I give and the run, my films, the number of days they run. Nowadays it's not the run, it's just the collections. Okay, they say just 2-3 weeks. Okay.
First week
Then it's going to OTT. Okay, now after 2-3 weeks. My films are not like that. They run 100 days, they run for Silver Jubilee, they run for 1 year. And it's like that. And they are larger than life, my movies. People enjoy my movies going to the theatre and watching. Because the kind of euphoria they get. Atmosphere and good for health. They shout, they yell, they dance and they throw money, papers, colored papers and all that. What all they get which they can't enjoy in the house watching OTT. So that's all they get there. So, and all my films are all like a fully laid platter. Larger than it, like I said. Everything should be there. Nothing should miss. Right from the beginning, what do you call it, from the pachadi, from the achar till the end, chili, dessert, pan. So it's like that.
So you're providing.
So I don't really go for big names unless they come and approach me. I never. Unlike father was there, when those days he did a film called Naya Army in Hindi, which was a big hit at those days. I ran for 100 days and then fans from here went there and celebrated 100 days and all like that. Tamil also, you must be knowing him, many films he had done. In Tamil also. But he didn't act because of his discipline and he wanted them to shoot in Chennai. He said, I won't come to any other states to shoot. Because the respect here, everyone knows about me.
Yeah.
It's not that the respect also he forced. His aura was that. His aura. Now, we made films for
I actually think all through South India also people all have that aura for him. I mean, even for in Tamil Nadu, everyone knows the kind of roles that he has done.
Even today, Tamil Nadu is a god for them. Not only in Andhra or Telangana now. It was.
Your father made the transition into politics and has a record for, in the shortest period, making it such a successful career with politics as well. You made the transition also. But do you enjoy politics more or films more?
Both. Because both are connected with public. Both are connected with public, so I enjoy both. Father, one thing I regret is that people only know about him what I think is very little.
Okay.
I mean, when it's compared to the whole country, he was actually the pioneer of all these schemes.
Absolutely.
He was known in the other north they know about that. They think, okay, India, okay, he's the founder of the party, okay, 9 months of the inception of the party, he defeated Congress, and very few people know his real achievements. He was the first person who started the schemes for the poor, like the rice scheme, which now they are calling like the Aharam subsidized rice scheme. Those days, the 2 rupees kilo rice he gave, and the whole of India started agitating for that, and all states. Just some India is giving 2 rupees kilo rice. You also give us wheat. You also give us this, that, and they start the demand. And for women, equal rights in their father's property. And
reached out to Naxalites
and, for,
at that time.
and also permanent houses for the poor. And like concrete houses.
So was Dad very good at selecting the right people to be his advisors? Was that the secret of his success? Because he spent all his life in films, but people say he had a lot of sagacity. Annalo, Maoist, and he was able to reach out to them, think for them. What did he do? I mean, what kind of a person was he? Because you grew up with him.
He was more a statesman than a politician. So the roles he had played or everything, he knows the difficulties of each section of the people. Like he used to walk into the roles and like that. And of course, at the times of need, also he was always there for the public in person. Like for the NDF, National Defence Fund, he went into the people begging for the people in the army, bordering in the borders. Then Divisima, when there was Upena.
He actually originally started the Radham also.
Yeah.
That idea itself is a journey of Yatra.
Then for Rayalaseema, Shamani, when there was a drought, he went throughout the state, different districts, begging for them. And like that it was a person who knew the needs of the people, the simplest of simple, which the governments were not able to provide properly. Or there was food, shelter and clothing, that's all. Nothing simple. That scheme he started.
Yeah.
That is still has been continued.
Yes.
Even any party in the states, both the Andhra states, they have to go with those schemes are compulsory. Whatever added, they can add, but these schemes can't be, they have to go with them. And the country also, so much he did. Like almost when he was the National Front Chairman, Mr. VP Singh, he made him the Prime Minister. And then being the Chairman, almost 11 lakh crores of this farmers, the dues, were all being waived off in the country. So all these people don't know about him. I mean,
he would have been a future Prime Minister candidate as well.
Yeah, because he had chance. But he said no. In 89, he said no, I lost in my state. So I'll win back in my state and whatever I achieve in future life, I'll achieve it.
Somebody like Mr. Chiranjeevi came into politics, withdrew. Pawan Kalyan came, he stayed, you stayed, all of you stayed. What do you think? I mean, is coming into politics for actors a very natural transition? Like you said, you understand the pulse of the people.
It's not that easy. It's not easy because imitating is different. And the other thing is when you go into like Mr. Bachchan became MP, but I have my own resolution for him. I don't appreciate him for coming into politics. No, it's not Chiranjeevi or anything. Because what anyone did for the society. No one did anything for this except that. In fact, he defeated a very famous politician who would have done much more to the country, like Mr. Baguna. Like that. I have my own reservations. And inconsistency. And politics is a different game. I don't call it. It says that you have. It's all not that. I mean, no murders, but it's all suicide. Politics.
So it's a dangerous road to go on.
A lion like with open mouth. So you have to decide one before you put your head into the mouth. Whether you keep their stayed open or you're going to close.
So you are saying it's a very daring move to get into politics. It's like putting your head into your lion's mouth.
Lion's mouth is that, but there are a lot of expectations, more than politicians from when we come. Because the roles we play depict in the movies, so we are like demigods for the people. They expect a lot from us. So
much more than from an ordinary.
More than like movies. I said larger than life are my movies. So that way I'm satisfied about myself. that I have done. I'm being also doing justice to the people, and people they own me for what I have done, and not only Hindupur, but I had offers from all the constituencies. People asking me to come to their constituency and to contest and all that.
One final thing to ask you. You have done so many different kinds of roles. Now OTT has come hugely. Like you were saying, theatre lo, your film runs for 150 days. You have also, of course, 1 year also it has run, and it runs very successfully at that time. That touchwood indeed. I can see, notice this ring also that in your thumb. So you are quite a believer in all good luck and charms.
Till that time, this was from Makanda.
Okay.
So he wanted a ring for this thumb. So then I asked my guru, which stone goes, I am very sentimental. I can't just wear any other, which doesn't match this finger.
Okay.
It might be do reverse. Then he said, no, you
defect.
are a Mercurian, I am a Gemini.
Okay.
So I said, green goes well with you, and you don't have a green. Or a diamond goes with the thumb. Then I asked the director and said, both, of course, this is a mistake. That role is an Agora role, and it needs all mystic and not glamour. Then we decide on this. That's God given. Because I am a Gemini, the Mercury is the ruler. So I have to wear, should be wearing, which I didn't
realize till then. But still you are
you didn't come to me. Maybe everything happened like that in my life. So I mostly depend on my, not only God. I pray daily, I pray for 1.5 to 2 hours in the morning, all the shlokas, everything I said. And but once the prayer is over, whatever good, bad, what people think bad, I don't think anything I do is bad, even if others are hurt, I'm not bothered. But it's what has been some force is there, which is making me speak or which is making me do the things. So it came to me.
So one thing is there. One, you're talking about mystic power, spiritual power. Okay. Second is hard work.
Yeah.
Third is discipline as well.
Yes.
And your talent. What led to your success for 50 years as a hero and still continuing strong?
What led to?
What led to all of this? What do you attribute? Is it your hard work? Is it your...
But everything together.
Everything together.
Yeah. And the people also have to. Because I was the first person who did the first socio-fiction. Aditya 369. In 91. That was the first Indian
science fiction movie.
Aditya 369, which I'm going to very soon going to do the sequel of it also.
Wow.
Those days we didn't have graphics or anything. It was just U-matic. We shot with all those U-matic like cameras, like not digital, no graphics, nothing. We shot. And that was the first. Then I did Bhairav Deepam. And like that, all different kinds of movies. And
I must ask you this.
I also appreciate my producers and my directors also.
Who trusted that you could...
Trusted that only through me all these can be delivered. I'm like a tool. I'm like an instrument or everyday consumable commodity. All different roles.
It's because Balakrishna can carry out the most crazy thing and carry it off.
Okay.
For the on screen, you do anything and people will believe it. They say, yes, Balakrishna has done it, so it will be something that we can believe.
Yeah, sure.
Just tell me about this. You know, you spoke about whatever I say. You often get into controversies also because you're so outspoken. You are very natural maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think that is something that you need to change, or you think you are like that only?
Because we are public figures, we are being pointed out at our...
in a crowd you'll say, Atla Ellu, and you are not play acting there, you are yourself.
You only saw till there. After that everything. See, I don't care about all that. So it's like a family, we all, like I do to my children also sometimes. I like I did to you.
Yeah.
It's not that offended you or anything. Or it's not out of anger. We joke a lot. You ask them, they only tell about me. In a set, artist is just... In my shootings, no artist goes back to the caravans. They want to sit with me, chat, learn things, have so many books. Those are my best friends. And my
you read, I see the Secrets of Divine Love and all books and all that you've written.
What are future films there? Asuran is there, and which I want to do that film about Ravan and all that. So I keep on reading. And it's like Ramanujacharya, who gave the Ashtashara mantra.
Yeah.
So when his guru said, don't recite that mantra to anybody, He said, what will happen? He said, if you recite, you'll go to hell. And what about the others? They'll go to heaven. Let them go to heaven. I'll go to hell, he said. It's like that. I think I share everything. I want people to know. My co-stars were just routine coming and okay. Even they are shooting at 9 o'clock, so at 5 o'clock they come and throw them there. Of course, I also go according to Muhurt and all that I follow. Even if I am shooting at 9 o'clock, if the Muhurt says you have to leave at 5, I leave up by 5, go up there and I follow all my horas and all the timings and everything.
Every day?
Every day. So, when I go there, I pep up them. When I sit, nobody goes to the caravan because not that I am staying there, they have to, but they are
out of their regard for you, love for you.
And they want to know.
Learn
from what I say. It's like a school for me. And they are students. I keep on telling them everything. And they are,
what about OTT? Did you enjoy doing that? I mean, you have a talk show. Everybody, it is the most trending show in many ways.
Yes, it is.
How did you enjoy that role different from acting?
It was more fun than acting.
More real.
Yeah, because the talk was that we could see the other side of Balakrishna. There, what are like you said, memes and all these social media, what they talk and everything it has given answer to everyone. To all my, I don't have, of course, as far as I know, all Heroes fans are my fans because the way the movies I've done, they also appreciate, and there are no barriers like language barriers nowadays. We don't have because of not nowadays. Those days from father also with Tamil and Hindi, no language barriers or no sex barriers or no any rich or poor barriers or no illiterates barriers or no fans, good fans and bad fans. I am lucky in that way. So I have all Heroes fans are my fans too. All political party fans, whatever their cadre, are also mostly my fans too.
Yeah.
So they own me more than like I do. I said roles larger than life, but they see to me when they go to the movie like that. But when it comes to Unstoppable, all of that, they feel like, hey, this is our neighbor, our street boy. Like that connection.
Familiarity.
So that was the success of the show.
That is what
and
you
I make
enjoyed.
up people who are my guests, and thanks to them, who all come there like were reserved and all. I make them open
Even
up.
Chandrababu Naidu was very jovial in that show.
Like many actors also who are very reserved, who have the talk. I made them open up, and it was like that. It was like I said, the shooting where I make people entertain or in different ways. So like that, even that show. Because of that, it was a success.
So you
and it's Unstoppable, the title. Actually, I sang a song, Unstoppable.
Please sing it for us.
No, I don't know. No, it's not a Telugu song.
Okay,
it's
doesn't
total
matter.
English.
Okay.
You might say white English. You love your language and all that. See, I love all languages.
Yeah.
But I wanted to also something. I don't know, some
different.
intuition. During COVID time, I sang a song called Unstoppable. Total English with some French, Italian, and Spanish.
Wow.
German in between words coming, and it's totally about the essence of life, my personal life.
Oh.
So like once my daughter.
Do you remember the song? If you remember the song, please sing it for us.
No, I'm going to shoot very soon. It's going to come.
Oh, it's going to come out.
Yeah, it's going to come out.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot the album.
Okay.
So it so happened that was my life. How I enjoy my life, how I lead my life. So one birthday, my daughters and my son, they gave me cups, porcelain. My daughters gave me porcelain, my son gave me glass, normal glass. Then it was printed on them, embossed on them. Then the one elder said Brahmani, and the other side was written, I am the eldest, I make the rules. So second one said, I am the middle, so the rules are because of me.
Okay.
And my son said, see, you go to hell, you both. I don't care. I am the youngest, these rules don't apply to me. So like that. That's my life.
Okay.
And I got in mood. And I sang that song. And Arvind sir, when he came here with the show proposal, I just said, okay, we'll do brother for you. I never do a show.
TV show.
TV show. For you and me, because family relationship. His father and my father, how close they were. And we grew up when we were like kids when I was in Chennai. Then I just told him, okay, fine, we are doing okay, fine, now everything was fine. Then I said, just do one song I sang. Just like that. Then he said, I want that title Unstoppable. That was the
title of the song.
The title of the song. I said, okay, take it.
So your fans won't forgive me if I don't make you say some dialogue, something that you or speak in Hindi. One of the two things you do for us.
Dialogues are there.
I know hundreds of them, I'm sure.
Only always not a dialogue, but which I always say is two things I can always keep in mind. One thing is that उम्र तो 50 पार है, लेकिन शक्ल मेरी 30 की जैसी, मुझे कोई चिचा या अंकल कहा उसकी तो ऐसी की तैसी. And sometimes, you know, life is like कभी गिरना भी अच्छा है, अपना औकात का पता चलता है. जो आगे बढ़ते उठाने को अपनों का पता चलता है. जिसे गुस्सा आता है, लाइक मी, वो सच्ची बहुत अच्छे होते हैं. और जो बुरा होता है वो कभी भी हंसते ही रहते हैं. So it's like that. Life is both. I keep this both in always in my mind.
Okay, you really are unstoppable. So to 50 more years of herodom to Balakrishna garu.
So during the one thing, during the COVID time also, we started the shoot first in the Indian film industry.
Oh, okay.
No date to shoot. We started the film, stopped it, Akhanda. Then we were the first to go
bravely.
Again we went for the commencement of the shoot. And then we released the film during COVID. That is the first Indian film released during COVID time. No one dared. Then
Because it was very important for you that the film industry should stay alive.
Stay alive and the public has to come
Yeah.
to the theatres. Then we had a discussion. Then I said, no, go ahead, we'll release the film. We have done a very good film, and the blessings of Lord Shiva. See, it's going to be a blockbuster. We released it, it was a big blockbuster, and after that, many people followed us. After that, all the films they released during COVID time also.
Yeah.
So,
So you really are indeed unstoppable. So wishing you many more years of staying on the big screen, also entertaining us on the small screen as well as you are doing through OTT, and staying evergreen as you are. Thank you so much for watching. In Hyderabad with camera person Nagraju, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.